Lesson 28: Extending Invitations and Making Suggestions with Finesse. Dialogue. Mr. Alastair. Good afternoon, Miss Primrose. Might I suggest a walk along the orchard path? The blooms are most becoming today. Miss Primrose. How perfectly lovely. I should be delighted to accompany you, Mr. Alastair. Verbs. To invite to an afternoon tea. To suggest for an outing in the countryside. To propose that we convene at the parlor. To recommend to one's guests. To welcome into one's home. To urge towards a more suitable time. To agree upon the date. To delight in the company of friends. Sentences Prasits. 1. Would you care to join us for luncheon tomorrow? 2. I should like to invite you to the garden fete on Sunday. Might I suggest the Rose Terrace for this evening's tea? 3. Allow me to propose a game of croquet after supper. 4. We should be most pleased to welcome you to Wexford Hall. 5. Might I entreat your presence at the concert? 6. Would it be agreeable to arrange a picnic on the lawn? 7. Do consider attending the poetry reading on Friday. 8. Permit me to recommend the lemon curd tart. It is quite divine. 9. I wonder if you would accompany me on a short walk. 10. Shall we plan a quiet gathering this evening? 11. Might I offer the suggestion of a chamber quartet? 12. If it pleases you, do join us at 4:30. 13. I should be honored to have your company at supper. 14. Would you mind staying for a brief refreshment? 15. May I suggest you rest a moment in the parlor? 16. Shall I arrange for your carriage at 9? 17. Might we entertain the notion of an early stroll? 18. I heartily recommend the cucumber sandwiches. They are splendid. 19. We are considering a small dinner. Would you be available? An invitation to Wexford Garden. Miss Theodosia Langley had been seated by the eastern window of her aunt's drawing-room, a fine shawl about her shoulders and a needlework sampler upon her lap, when the butler entered bearing a stiff ivory envelope upon a silver tray. The envelope was addressed in precise cursive to Miss Langley of Langdon House. With quiet curiosity, Theodosia placed her needlework aside and broke the seal with care. Within lay a single card of embossed stationery, which read, Lady Merriweather requests the pleasure of your company at Wexford Garden for afternoon tea and light musical diversion, Sunday next, at 3:30. Theodosia smiled faintly. How charming, she murmured. I do fancy the prospect of an afternoon spent amongst the wisteria. Her aunt, seated nearby with her spectacles lowered, looked up from her journal. Wexford Garden. A most agreeable place. Do accept, my dear. It shall do you good to be amongst company. Preparations for the occasion began at once. A bonnet of cream lace was selected and carefully brushed. Gloves were examined for any signs of wear. Theodosia considered several gowns, but at length settled upon one of pale periwinkle muslin with a modest neckline and a sash of violet silk. She instructed her maid to press it promptly. Sunday dawned with gentle sunshine and the fragrance of lilacs in the air. Theodosia arrived at Wexford Garden in a hired carriage, greeted at the gate by a cheerful footman who showed her in. Along the hedgerows, ladies and gentlemen conversed softly under parasols. A trio of musicians played a minuet near the fountain. Lady Merriweather, attired in a rose-colored gown, approached with extended hands. Miss Langley, might I say how becoming that gown is on you? Do join us. There is lemonade and elderflower cordial under the west pergola. Theodosia curtsied. I thank you, Lady Merriweather. You are most gracious. As the afternoon unfolded, various suggestions were passed from group to group. Would you care to join us for a brief stroll through the gardens? Asked Mr. Alton, offering his arm. Or perhaps you'd prefer to remain and enjoy the string ensemble? I should be delighted to walk a little, Theodosia replied, smiling. They spoke of books, travel, and the curious antics of their respective aunts. Might I suggest, Mr. Alton added, that we attend the vicar's recitation next week? His manner is peculiar, but his stories are most diverting. I dare say you have persuaded me, she answered softly. Thus passed an afternoon full of gentle invitations and refined suggestion, one of those rare occasions where everything was in harmony, the breeze, the blossoms, and the perfectly measured charm of polite British conversation.